How about now? Hello, everybody. And welcome to episode 41, Steel Pirate Media Show. We're going to go over a little bit of the free agency things, some NFL offseason roster moves. Maybe we could touch on some coaching moves. I think I've seen some big things from some of these coaches. I wish Corey Grady'd show up again. I like Vrabel in New England a lot. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We could also get into a little bit of what else? The NHL finals, NBA finals going on.
Seasons are getting ready to end here, entirely.
Cerveza Ian's with us this evening. Hello, Cerveza Ian.
Cerveza Ian, what's good?
Nonetheless, we'll get right into it here. The biggest thing this year for me, off-season wise, as a Steelers fan, is still a subject that's out for question. Who the fuck's gonna be the quarterback? It's something that I'm gonna stand on. I do not Pacers in 6. We'll get there. We'll get to some NBA playoffs. We'll get there next. But I think right now in Pittsburgh, it's the old quarterback purgatory adage. I'm completely for, the way they're taking this approach, and I don't want to be a losing team ever. So I enjoy not being a losing team and competing year in and year out and being, a team that plays games that matter in late December and early January. If you're there, at least you got a shot no matter who's playing quarterback, and it's hard to get there if you're not there. So I'd like to stay there, and if the quarterback happens, it happens. I don't want Aaron Rodgers. I'm actually, to Cerveza Ian's point here, I'm a big proponent of Will Howard. I think Will Howard could do some things. He is a national champion. I'm not saying that that's the gold standard of great quarterbacks, but the kid has the ability to go in and learn a pretty high-level offense and do some things and have success, and he knows what winning takes and knows what winning feels like and tastes like, so he probably wants to do some more of it. So I'm a big Will Howard guy. I think that was one of our better moves, especially when we got him. So I could be a big Will Howard guy, but Steelers, as far as off-season moves goes as well, people hate big time on maybe some things that happened with Russ or letting Justin Fields go to the Jets and some of these other things, but we got some draft capital from it, which is the 2 years of continued. This is how I look at it. Neither one of them were fully answers to any of the questions, right? So we're talking about another year or two of the same purgatory. I'd rather that same year or two be with 2 draft picks and not them. That's all I'm saying. And we got 2 for each of them. So I can't hate it. It's a business, and that's their way of doing business. I can't hate it. So I'd love to see what Will Howard does. I'd love, truly, I wish Aaron Rodgers was bought into the team and wanted to win a little bit more and, didn't want to create a spectacle of things the way he's doing right now. And Will Howard could go learn from a guy like that. That would be ideal, but that's obviously not the situation, so we'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, how do you feel about the Panthers offseason this year?
We're not talking draft. We did pick up Hunter Renfrow. I love Hunter Renfrow. Amazing.
Thought he played baseball, brother.
Hunter Renfrow?
Yeah.
No, the receiver.
It's a joke. I'm just fucking with you. There's a Hunter Renfro that plays baseball.
Yeah, I know he used to play on the Red Sox. But yeah, I like the Renfro pickup. We signed Tershawn Wharton, D tackle from the Chiefs. Gave him 3 years, $54 million. We were trying to get Milton Williams before that, but he ended up going to the Patriots, so it was kind of hard. We did a lot of re-signing a bunch of guys on the roster. We didn't really go out and sign anybody, in the market outside of Wharton, Trevon Moehrig, and Pat Jones. Um, Wharton and Jones are both D linemen. Jones can kind of play in that stand up 3-4, outside linebacker type role. Moehrig, he's a run first safety. Um, yeah, man, I don't know. A lot of defensive things. Um, we also picked up Bobby Brown, another D tackle from the Rams. So, um, overall, I think a lot of people, a lot of people think that you know we got better. I think we got better personally. I think the offense is going to be really good. Everything's built, everything was built around the run game. I think, you know, with the offensive line. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be. We got Rico Dowdle also. I'm just saying, not high on him, but we didn't have to give him fucking $10 million a year to suck ass like Miles Sanders. So, um, defensively, there's a couple holes, but I think we can make a run. You know, at the NFC South, I think that's a real thing.
No, it's a low competing. You got low hanging fruit down there, brother. So
Yeah, I mean it's low hanging fruit for
I don't,
sure, but
but I'm not hating on it. To win a division in the NFL is, I mean,
the Bucks win a fucking playoff game every year.
right.
Is it really? I don't think it's really low hanging fruit.
The
You know what I mean?
why I say it's low hanging fruit is the debacle in New Orleans, but nonetheless, um, I think
Shit,
that
between the Bucks, Falcons, and Panthers, that's a stout
the
division, low key.
the Panthers are really putting things together for Bryce Young to be successful, and I appreciate it from
Yeah.
putting his feet through the
Shout
fire
out,
quick. You know,
shout out to Dan Morgan, man. Shout out to Dan Morgan. Dan Morgan came through, decided he wanted to be the GM, and ever since then, it's been a good thing. I like Dan Morgan, former Panther, had to retire because of concussions. He was Luke Kuechly before Luke Kuechly.
no, no doubt, no doubt. Um, what who's your team? I mean, I don't know if you did any other research, but what team do you think did the most here?
Um, I didn't really get into it that deep.
There's just one team in particular in my eyes that stands out big time.
Who's that? You go ahead. I
The
mean, I like the Patriots.
Patriots,
What the Patriots did.
bro. The
I mean,
Patriots
I'm not.
signing Josh Dobbs. First of all, that's huge, especially with a young quarterback. Okay, you have a guy that has some experience in the league. He has some success. He's been around a lot of people. Oh, by the way, Josh Dobbs is
And I'm
a
looking at
rocket
everybody.
scientist.
I'm looking at everybody they picked up. It's kind of crazy.
Stephon Diggs,
Yeah, Mac Hollins.
Mac
too.
Hollins,
Austin
Morgan
Hooper,
Moses,
Garrett Bradbury,
Clavon Chasen, Milton
Daryl.
Williams, Bob Spillane, Carlton David, bro.
Yeah, no, like that. That's a scary.
They did some things. Like
It did. They did a lot of things.
they got real
actually.
competitive with Buffalo real quick, in my opinion. Now,
They did a lot of things actually.
I had a thought that hit my head, and everybody is not high on Josh Allen winning the MVP and whatnot, but I'll say this: Josh Allen is achieved the point of anybody can line up at wide receiver. He's making the people around him better. He's
Hey,
a good enough quarterback to exploit the good things out of these guys, and I think it's
I'm
something to
looking
say.
at I'm looking at the Steelers right here. Just let me tell you, that wide receiver room. You guys got the two best slot white guys in the league right now. Shout out Scotty Miller and Ben Skoranek. Those two strapping lads. Just let me tell you.
Yeah, the Steelers did some okay things.
Hey,
I'm
I'll
not
say I'll
married
say
to a lot of it, but
the Texans had an interesting offseason as well. Um, they re-signed a lot of people, but they got Cam Robinson, they got Trent Brown, um, picked up Braxton Berrios, Mario Edwards re-signed, they got Sheldon Rankins, and they got C.J. Gardner Johnson and re-signed Jalen Petrie. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. Um, we got Cerveza Ian in the chat right now. Trevarius Ward, very good pickup. Um, yeah, all hell will break loose. We're just gonna throw this one out there. R.I.P. Jim Irsay. He watched one Daniel Jones practice and said, "Can't do it no more." Um,
uh,
probably a little,
Cerveza Ian, Cerveza
probably a
Ian.
little tasteless. It's okay.
I think this
Might be a
is
little
a
tasteless.
good transition period where we can get into the NBA Finals a little bit, though.
Hey man, I'm down.
Cerveza Ian's got Pacers in 6. It's a big one.
That shit's not happening, brother.
I don't think is how is Halliburton the guy here or what? Is he who's shutting SGA down? I guess Cerveza Ian, if you're still there.
Um, while we're waiting on Ian. No, this is going to be Thunder and 6 at the most. Um, this is not going to go 7. This will not go 7 games. Shea Gilgeous Alexander, it's his year to win a title. He is the next international guy that the NBA has chosen to put on a pedestal, so he's going to win. It was Giannis, then it was Joker, now it's Shea. It was Luca, now it's Shea. Okay, it's SGA.
I don't think SGA up to this point is historic. Like if basketball were to stop today, Joker has a better
No,
legacy.
fuck no. Anybody saying otherwise is an idiot.
I think
Like
Joker is a
disrespect.
better player right now.
Joker's better. Joker is skill wise the best center ever. Like, and it's not debatable.
Right, that's what I'm
This
saying.
guy is
And
out. This guy's out here putting up 50-point triple doubles as a fucking center.
that's
Like,
wild.
in today's NBA, that's insane.
I agree.
Give me just a second.
I don't know. It's hard for me to to take the Pacers in this finals. I mean, I know you're a fan, Ian, but Pacers in 6 games is a tough one because I don't. This man's the best player probably on the court. And I just don't know who's going to counter that in for the with the Pacers. I mean, I don't think they're going to have to. I think SGA is going to hold this game together or hold the series together.
Cervazian, Pacers. Yeah, they can run, but y'all don't have anybody that can stop Shea.
That's what I'm
That's just
saying.
that's what this comes down to. Um, yeah, or Chet, or Jalen Williams. Honestly, like and you lost to the Knicks because the Knicks coaching staff was incompetent. Like they're incompetent. Yeah, Tibbs is running fucking his starters 42 minutes a game. I'm intrigued because I don't think
It's
you
going to
have.
take all three of them. That's the problem. That leaves two people open. There's only five
I don't
on.
even. I don't even think. I don't even think y'all have three personally. That's just me, like respectfully. Um, yeah, nah. Shout out to the Knicks too. Shout out to the Knicks too. They fired Tibbs today. Tibbs probably won't coach. Nah, Tibbs will coach again. And it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse at all, brother. It's not an excuse.
Listen,
He is literally incompetent.
I'll tell you how the
You don't
Pacers win.
you
If the
don't play your starters 40 minutes a game in the fucking playoffs, bro.
who,
You just don't.
what I'm saying though is for the Pacers to win, you're gonna have another great series from Siakam and a great series out of Halliburton. If if these two dudes slip up in 2 games at the same time, you're losing both of them big time.
Built to ass, personally, bro. I don't know.
Like
I
if they're
just
not
don't.
on there, they have to be at the height of their game, in my opinion. And
I just don't think this is a good series matchup wise for the Pacers. Like I'm not a fan of the matchup.
who you got though?
I got the Thunder in five.
Thunder in 5.
Got the Thunder in five. Um, like I said, it just comes down to SGA and Jalen Williams being the two best players on the court.
No,
You know,
I agree.
Halliburton's great. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say Halliburton is overrated. I'm not gonna say anything like that because he's unorthodox. That's why people don't fuck with him. That's just what it is.
All right. So the NHL.
Yeah, they did it to us, Dunboo.
Yes,
They
they
gave
did.
us they gave us the rematch that everybody knew was gonna happen and won.
They sure did.
And
It's the same matchup in the
everybody
Four Nations. Hmm.
it's that's practically what it is. Yeah,
Weird
it's
stuff,
insane.
huh? Weird
It's
stuff.
insane. I'll say this, man. Everybody can say that they didn't think the Florida Panthers were gonna make it. Because Kachuk was out the last like month and a half with a hip. They put him on, the injured list until the playoffs and all that. Um, yeah, I had no doubt about the Florida Panthers making it.
I got the Panthers in 6.
um, I can't go 6. This is going 7.
I got the Panthers in 6.
This is going 7. I'm also taking the Panthers. I don't think your boy McDavid's getting them one this year.
He needs
And
more.
it's a crime. It's a crime. They lost Hyman too, bro.
I know,
They just lost Hyman. Like that's
bro.
you take away that's a lot, bro.
I
That's
don't
a lot.
I don't want to see it, but I would love for the Oilers to come up off some shit crazy and send Sydney there
Man,
and
for
and
one, they
let
don't have
him.
much to send off, bro. Like, what are they gonna swap out? What you want, Ryan Nugent Hopkins?
No, give us just everything you have in the draft for the next 5 years. Every draft pick.
Yeah, not happening, bro.
You know what I mean, though? Like,
That was
I'm
said
not
probably
saying
like
it's
5 years
happening. I'm
ago.
not
Yeah.
saying as a Penguins fan I want it to happen. I just think that it could, like,
What you're
it'd
saying
be
is
cool to
that's
watch.
what takes him over the
He
top.
needs a
Eh?
guy, bro. He needs another guy.
He's got Drysdale. He's got the guy that led the fucking league in goals, bro. What do you mean?
I just don't.
Outside of Kale McCarr, Brian Boucher is who they put up there. Bouchard is who they put up there as one of the top 5 offensive defensemen.
I don't. Again, I'm
Like
not saying
I
that he doesn't have the pieces to be successful. I just think that he's
same
missing
guy who
a
was on the
sec,
he was on the,
a true two,
they
like a two man,
they
two man.
they set the record for most penalty kills like in a row last year.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. I hear
You know what I mean? Like I don't know how much more help you fucking need, pal.
Right. No, I hear you. You got to put it together
You
at
also
some
got to
point.
think. You also got to think about the Panthers, bro. Like they lost a lot last year, and it
Oh,
just reloaded. They reloaded at the
it's a
fucking trade deadline.
great organization right now. It's a great
They just
organization.
reloaded again this trade deadline.
Absolutely.
Seth Jones. Seth Jones was probably the best pickup and then Marchand. Seth Jones
Marchand,
and Marchand won them the fucking cup.
for sure.
Like I remember we FaceTimed when that trade happened, and I said, "Well, go ahead and give it to the Go ahead and give it to the Panthers."
Yep. No, for sure. 100%. I think it'll happen. I just hate that it'll happen, but whatever.
Hey man, look, I hey my team finally won a game in the Eastern Conference Finals. Apparently, they want to fucking everybody's trying to get rid of Brindamore. They're trying, yeah. They said his style can't fucking win a title. His style, he plays just like Florida. They play like
Yeah,
Florida.
he's the fall guy. If he's out, sorry. It just is what
I'm
it
just
is.
saying, I think we need. I'll speak on the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes need a guy that can just score a goal by himself whenever.
Right.
Because the like what they do is not, people say it's not fun hockey. I don't see what's not fun about shooting the puck 40 fucking times. What's not fun about that, dumb boob? You're a hockey guy. Talk to me.
It's you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Sure, Gretzky,
That's how I would.
but you at some point you got to start taking good shots that might have a better chance. Do you understand?
Yeah. I like it though, bro. Quantity over quality.
Sure.
We get these bitches up. It's like the Warriors. They're like the Warriors, bro.
Yeah.
We're like the Warriors for real. We need a Steph Curry. We get a actually no, fuck that. We need a Kevin Durant. That was when the Warriors became unstoppable for real. When they got Kevin Durant. We need us a Kevin Durant, a guy that can just go get a third ball whenever. We just need a guy that can go get us a goal.
Yeah.
And all of that dumping the puck, chasing, getting it, and shooting, it's not working. Hey, go get one.
No, no doubt. I
They thought
agree.
it. They thought it was Rantanen. Turned out not to be Rantanen. I like Stankoven. Good kid. Plays hard. Love Aho. Jacob Slavin's probably the best defenseman in the league. I don't know, man. Might need to look at the goalie too, Frankie Anderson. He, down the stretch was a little rough. No lie.
What do you think about this fight card this weekend?
I You had to break it down to me, man. I hadn't seen it.
Kevin Holland and Vincente Luque.
Holland and Luque is interesting. I'd probably take Vicente Luque in that one.
Patchy Mix or Mario Batista?
I have no idea. Don't know either one of those two.
Joe Pfeiffer or Kevin Gastelum?
Joe Pfeiffer or Kevin Gastelum? I feel like Gastelum is an extreme underdog, and he is plus 290. Give me Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I like that too. And then Juliana Pena or Kayla Harrison?
Kayla Harrison.
Big time.
I like Juliana Pena. If you beat I'll go ahead and say if Juliana Pena beats fucking Kayla Harrison, she might she might have to throw her hat in there as the best ever because did she beat Nunes too?
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, Kayla Harrison, they say they compare her to Nunes, so that's it's an interesting thing that could happen. Anything happens in fights, so
And give me Sugar Sean plus 230.
yeah, I'm gonna take Sean O'Malley. I'm gonna take
Look, I had this
Sean.
conversation earlier with somebody, but my thing is with this fight is, you know, I don't think Sean O'Malley gains anything from making up some story about being hurt while he was training. So, in my opinion, I believe that was very true. And if he is healthy going into this fight, I think he absolutely has what it takes to beat Merab. Nothing against Merab. He's a great fighter. They're both world class. I think Sugar Sean has that McGregor effect where there's just this flurry of punches, and then he's got that one that's crazy accurate and powerful at the end that just blink, and you never see it coming.
Yeah, I think it's more of a he's serious. I don't think he took Marab serious that last fight. If you want my honest opinion, being hurt or not, you know, yeah, he was probably hurt, but at the same time, I don't think he took him serious either.
Yeah, maybe not.
And you know, not the brightest thing to do,
Not a title
especially in that line, especially in that line of work.
fight. Definitely an odd
Just
way
saying,
of going about things.
just throwing it out there, man. You might want to show up to work every fucking time ready to go. I don't know.
You
Just my opinion.
you would? Is that what I'm hearing?
Get for sure. I don't think there's anything cool about getting knocked the fuck out in front of millions of people watching around planet Earth, legally and illegally. No matter what Dana White thinks. But I don't know, man. Um, I just think Sean's, you know, Marab. I don't think Marab takes shit serious either. I don't think he'll take Sean serious. I think it comes back in full circle.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. And Sugar Sean wins this fight. It's huge for the UFC.
Yeah, for sure. It's what they want. Nobody can look at me with a straight face and say, "Oh yeah, UFC wants Marab to win." No, they don't.
All right, this was a quick one. You got anything else?
Yeah, the University of Florida has crept their way up onto the shittiest fan bases in college sports list. Uh, yeah, fucking idiots. 0 and 2, 22 and 10,
I'm gonna end with
22 and 10.
I'm gonna end with a little quote from ChatGPT here. I asked ChatGPT about the uh, the outlook for the 2025 Browns, and this is ChatGPT's answer. 2024 was a disaster. They finished 3-14, tied for the worst record in the league. Not just bad, bottom of the NFL bad. The quarterback situation is an absolute mess. Deshaun Watson hasn't looked anything like the player they gave so much up for. Add in the fact that he's recovering from another major injury, and it's anyone's guess if he'll ever return to form. The backups, Pickett, Dillon, Gabriel, Sanders, none of whom are guaranteed to be starting caliber yet. If Watson can't stay healthy or productive this season, it could go off the rails very fast. Newsflash, ChatGPT, Watson ain't playing. They have an absolutely brutal schedule. They have the second hardest schedule in the entire league. Multiple matchups against playoff teams and division rivals that all look stronger, the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Steelers. And it's not just who they're playing, it's when. A tough early season stretch could crush the morale quickly. They have a new OC, and that won't fix everything. Tommy Reese is the OC, but he inherits an offense that ranked near the bottom in scoring efficiency and turnovers. Even great play callers need time and talent. The Browns are short on both. Vegas has no faith. Sportsbooks have the over-under win total at 4.5, the lowest in the NFL. That says everything. The franchise direction is completely unclear. The front office mortgaged the future for Watson, and if he fails to deliver, it may take years to undo damage. And the bottom line is the Browns are stuck in a very bad spot right now. Aging stars, no quarterback certainty, no cap flexibility, a brutal schedule, little national confidence. Unless something dramatic changes, another bottom 5 finish feels more likely than a playoff run. That's all from us for episode 41.
Oh,
See you guys.
oh,
Go ahead.
shout out to University of Oklahoma's softball team. Didn't win their 5th straight national title, but odds-on favorite to win that bitch next year.
Go Oklahoma State.
Texas Tech.